Hello everyone, my name is KingStix and today I want to show you this Jax Jungle Commentary guide. I thought it was interesting because the enemy team had quite a bit better team comp and the team as a whole was grouping better and team fighting better than us, so I had some interesting interactions with split pushing that I really want to show you guys. Starting from the beginning, start your E and try to get a leash from your bot lane. Our AD Cary wasn't here, so my leash wasn't the best. Moving on to the wolf camp at level 2, taking W level 2. That way I can make use of my passive stacks and clear the camp the fastest using my W as an auto attack resetter. Then moving on to my red, that way I'm level 3 and ready to gank. Sejuani is a lot weaker than me at level 3, I know this and she does too, so when I come out to contest the scuttle, she knew she couldn't fight for it. I see her go back in her jungle, and since she was level 3 with double buffs and from her health I could tell she hadn't done Gromp yet, so I figured she was going for it. That's why after taking scuttle, I went back in her jungle and like you saw, I took her Gromp from her. She can't fight me, she can't get any of her stacks on me since I have my E. Jax is pretty much one of the strongest level 3 fighters in the game. Level 4 now, looking for this gank. I'm telling Nasus to teleport, but he's really not doing it at all. He should have teleported on that minion right there, but he's teleporting on the turret. I'm going to come up behind Riven. I'm going to show you how you handle this. Just play it cool. I'm already behind her. I have her exit route. I'm just going to walk up to her, auto her, and then use my W as an auto attack resetter, getting off lots of damage, immediately activate my E, so if she doesn't flash, she's gonna die here, and if she does flash, I can just use my Q. So she flashes, so I now use my Q to close the distance after she's made some distance in between us, get off my stun, auto attack her again. Bear in mind, she already used her flash, and now I can finish off the kill by using my flash. That is how you get the kill on Jax. Try not to open up with your dash stun on Jax in a gank. If you can, try to come in behind enemies, that way you can save your dash to close the distance after they flash. The enemy team comp is really intense with the Karma and the Nivea. I know late game I'm not really going to be able to team fight, which is why I went for team at. So I can do a little bit of power farming, and in the mid and late game I can start doing split pushing. Sejuani went in for a greedy as fuck dive. I dealt with her previously, so I know her flash is still up. She never did use it. It doesn't matter since I'm already behind her. Just auto attack WE. I didn't even need to use my Q. I was still saving it until she built up some more distance. While she's dead, I want to go in her jungle and clear out her camps. I checked her chickens first and they were not there, so I went straight for her golems, figuring they would probably still be there since typically in the early game junglers don't clear it. With my ward, I see she's in the area and looking for a gank or guarding her red buff, so I'm just waiting in the bush. I'm pinging Galio, hey, this bitch is over here. So now he can come bait it. We're a lot stronger than they are. He goes in on her. I jump on her to close the distance since I was really far away. Auto attack, E, W, reset, and we pick up the kill. She's really far behind, so it wasn't difficult. And now while she is dead, I can take her raptors and red buff for free. No one can really contest me. If Anivia was smart, she would have defended it. Taking away the raptors and the red is a huge deal. Plus, I already took her golem, so her right side of her jungle is completely gone. I'm going to take my blue buff just in case she comes for it. If she did go for her red after respawning, and if I went to the other side of my jungle, she might have gone for my blue and I could have lost it, which is why I did blue. Gromp wolves doing a full clear here. Moving on to the chickens and then red buff. I figure Sejuani is at her blue buff by now, which is why I don't really run over there because it should be gone by now. And sure enough, she has it and she's waiting to gank my Nasus, activate my E, and they can't even damage me. It was really goofy for them to even try to fight me. Extremely foolish. We turn it on them, jump on the Riven. If my flash was up, I could definitely tag her with my E here. I will say I used my E a little soon here, but I shouldn't have even been able to Q onto her right here, but she missed her jump over the wall. If she didn't miss her jump over the wall, I wouldn't have been able to use my Q on her. Sejuani's dead. I'm going to check her jungle real quick. Of course, her blue is gone since she had blue buff. I already knew that, but I checked and her Gromp and wolves were gone as well. So I'm just going to take the scuttle and pick up a few CS mid and then go back. I have a lot of gold and can pick up a full jungle item. I am going for the Blood Razor because I feel like I'm going to be doing a lot of split pushing, and in 1v1s, Blood Razor is stronger on Jax. If you're going to go Cinderhulk Jax, that's more for team fighting. Against an Anivia, there's not a whole lot Jax can do. I catch enemy bot lane in an awkward situation. They're coming to ward. I activate E, flash Q, get off a double stun. Karma even uses her flash, but it's not enough with the AoE damage me and Vel'Koz have. We tore them up really quick. After killing the bot lane, I want to stay. We have a minion wave and both my bot laners here, and we can take first turret. First turret gold is absolutely insane, and I get all the minions low for my Kog'Maw, that way he can get the CS. I don't want to steal all the resources. I want to give some to him as well. I wanted my bot lane to help me with Dragon, but they didn't. I can easily solo it though. I saw Sejuani was mid. It wasn't too dangerous because I knew it was going to take them a while to kill the Galio. After Dragon, I moved down south because I saw Riven going for the Kog'Maw. I wanted to make sure she wasn't going to get cheeky and pick off a free kill. I'm out of position here. My E comes back back up so they can't finish me off. I jump away to an enemy minion. They try to finish me. Jinx uses her flash to get in position to try to finish me off. They don't get me. Galio comes in, great heal from the Kog'Maw. I re-engage since I got the extra health from the Kog'Maw's heal, and we pick up 4 kills total. These massive all-in trades that the enemy team are making right now is what you want to try to avoid when you are behind, and the enemy team is behind. Even before we got those 4 kills, it was 10-5. Now it's 5-14, and I died to the Krugs. Yes, I know. That was pretty bad. I have a lot of gold this game, loads of kills, 9 out of 14 of our team's kills, which is why I am going for a Trinity Force. I want some overall damage and utility. Now, if I was not ahead, I might go for something more tanky like a Randuin's or a Dead Man's Plate, but since I am planning on doing split pushing and I am ahead, I can get away with rushing items like Trinity Force and it working out well. I'm in a weird position here. I can't get to the Riven because Nasus isn't pushing and he's also dying 1v1. So I'm going to lay the Herald and come in and try to save him. Riven sees me and just runs even though she could have killed Nasus one-on-one because I come in. Now with the Herald on the turret, we can take it down with ease. I'm going to move on to the Gromp here and Riven comes back, which is crazy to me. I guess she really wanted to kill that Herald. I jump to the ward. I'm in between Riven and her escape. I auto-attack E, auto-attack Tiamat, picking up Riven. Herald's too low for us to really do anything else with, but getting a turret and a kill off a Herald, that's not the worst thing in the world. Half the time whenever a team gets Herald, they don't actually end up using it. They just hold on to it and then they die, or they just forget to use it altogether. Kog'Maw's pushing bot and I can see mid lane that they want to come down here to stop him. I immediately stop doing the Krugs, come in the bush knowing that they're going to cross through this area. I turn on to the Nivea, auto attack W, QE to close the distance and get my stun onto her. I have to flash to catch back up with her since I did get stunned. We get the kill on her and get the Sejuani flash and get the turret, which is really huge. Nasus is still AFK split pushing. I understand it's tempting to do that on Nasus, but whenever your team is winning the game for you, it's best to group and help take objectives. I do get caught out of position here. It was unfortunate. Riven did use her flash. My death was my own fault. It was also well played by Riven, but like I was saying, you're going to see throughout this game Nasus refusing to group and slow pushing top lane. He's not just split pushing, he's only trying to last hit. He's not actually shoving it, which is going to put us at a really big disadvantage because even with our gold lead, it's very difficult to fight 4v5. Nasus and Kog'Maw are both mindlessly split pushing, so it's up to me to stop this push. I would have definitely killed Jinx, but her flash was up. I'm waiting on the cooldown on my Q to finish her off. Unfortunately, Vel'Koz doesn't help me. He just ends up running away because I guess he got scared or he has a massive vagina. This allows Anivia and Riven to come right on top of me, CC me so I can't finish off the Jinx, so I do die in vain. To give you guys a brief recap of what happened, Kog'Maw and Nasus were both split pushing without taking a tower or doing a single damage to a tower, basically just farming 2 waves just by trying to last hit it, and then Vel'Koz pussied out. At this point, I am a little salty, so I'm just going to try to split push. I'm kind of thinking, I'm not going to team fight with you guys. You're useless because you're just trying to split push when that's what I should be doing. So I'm just waiting down here for someone to come. Anivia doesn't get close enough, which is unfortunate. But by me being here, I'm forcing at least one of them to come down here, if not 2. That means all my team has to do is not die 4v4, or if all 5 enemies do group mid like what just happened now, I can take their base for free. I take down a turret. Karma wants a piece of the champ. She walks up way too close. I activate E, jump on her, stun her, auto attack W, smite, and finish her off. 2 more challengers approach. I want to finish off this inhibitor. I have a lot of stacks on my passive. Use E, jump onto the Nivea, auto attack W, auto attack, kill the Nivea, flash away, which I shouldn't have. I was kind of stupid of me to flash there, but it baited Sejuani into thinking she could fight me. Right when my E came back up, I went back in on top of her. When I saw Riven, I should have ran away sooner. I didn't register her quite fast enough. She gets on top of me before I ward jump. I wanted to let her chase me for a little bit and then I was going to ward jump over the wall. She did end up flashing and killing me before I had a chance to really do anything. A big misplay by my part and very greedy of me. Coming up next is the biggest mistake I made in this game. Once again, Nasus is not using a brain cell, AFK farming top, not even pushing it, but just AFK farming. I come up to try to split push it, already took bot inhib, so the best thing for me to do is take top inhib and create some suction pressure. I'm trying to get away from the Sejuani. The whole team collapsed in on me. My team isn't even pushing mid. Kog'Maw got caught out apparently, so I'm in a really bad spot here. I end up getting picked off, getting knocked out of the air out of my Q. It was my fault for still coming top even when I saw Nasus being a retard, but still, I'm very mad at Nasus, and this game is starting to go in the wrong direction. Jinx is way more OP than our AD carry is in the late game. Anivia counters me really hard in team fights, so the only thing I can really do is split push and try to get picks. As you saw earlier, I got a turret, inhibitor, and got a triple kill. I killed Karma, I killed Sejuani, and I killed Anivia. That's pretty crazy to do as a split pusher, to get inhibitor, turret, and a triple kill. So if my team would just let me do that, which I'm trying to tell them, this game will be an easy wrap up since I am so fat. We just need to allow me to do that. My team just needs to try to stay alive and take some pressure off of me as I split push. This is the second biggest mistake of the game. I'll let you watch it and then I'll break it down for you. This was basically a silver mistake I made on Jax. So what I should have done when I saw Jinx was walk up to her, activated my E, that way I didn't take damage from her rocket, walked up, smited her to slow her down, and then just stunned her. I didn't need to use my jump yet. So the issue with engaging on her with my jump and E is if she had flash, she could just get away since I don't have flash. So sure enough, she has flash since I opened up with my E. Now I have 0 gap closer and she can just stand there and shoot me without even kiting. Just goes to show how good she is. So if I had just walked up to her, smited, used my E, I could have closed the distance that way, then she would have flashed, and then I could have queued on top of her, thus getting the kill. That was a massive mistake on my part. I should have killed Jinx and then continued to split push, forcing the enemy team to come and try to get me rather than my team. I probably could have gotten another inhibitor, or at the very least 2 turrets out of it. Coming up here is a mistake you see a lot in the mid and late game. People get bored, complacent, and they stop thinking. Karma went to defend her turret against one enemy. I knew she would do it, so I just run up behind her. From behind her turret, I take like 5 turret shots. It doesn't matter though. I'm so tanky, it's so late in the game. Turrets aren't that relevant. After killing Karma, I want to go split bot lane. I see Riven and Sejuani are coming, so I have to back up. And I'm just going to keep a close eye on the minimap and see where they're moving. So I see Riven going back mid, and then I see her coming bot, so I'm going to back up. I also see Sejuani coming, so I'm going to back up even further. And as I see them move back towards mid, I can start split pushing again. And this is going to force them to either keep coming after me, which allows my teammates to push, or it's going to force them to hard engage on my team, which is going to allow me to split push. This is what Jax in the late game looks like if you don't build Cinderhulk. You're not going to be doing team fighting. It's going to be a whole lot of cat and mouse. I know the enemies are coming towards bot, but since Galio is nearby, I'm not afraid to go in. Galio follows it up with an ult, and I'm just going to continue to chase and go in every time my Q and E are up. Karma gets way too close once again, throwing it for her team. I jump in on her, E auto attack W, rip her apart pretty much instantly, go back in on the Sedge, smite her to slow her down. My E is coming up, use the Q to close the distance. Sejuani is so tanky though, I can't quite finish her off and she does flash away. The free kill on Karma and Jinx being top allows us to take down this inhibitor really quickly. I get greedy, way overstay, and want to kill Anivia even though I have no mana. Really dumb move by my part, zero way to justify that. Plus Infernal Drake is up, so that made even less sense looking back at it. Kog'Maw does get the Drake, which is great. We still haven't taken down the enemy mid lane turret, which makes it really difficult for me to go top lane right now instead and split push, because I have to break a turret and that we have no vision mid lane since the enemies still have their turret there. And the bot lane, the inhibitor is missing. Even if the inhibitor comes up, I can break it since there's no turret. I can do it very quickly. So until my team actually gets that turret, I'm just going to be forced to stay in the bot lane and split push. I'm going to keep playing cat and mouse, moving back and forth. Whenever the enemies come for me, I'm going to back up, and whenever they come for my team, then I'm going to keep pushing. I don't see enemies mid right now, so I backed up. I do see a few there now, but there's also 3 bot lanes, so I can't keep pushing. I'm going to come in this bush and try to get the Riven, but she knows I'm here. I'm going to just move back in for the bot since I see them starting to engage on my team. I know this is my chance, and sure enough, the enemies aren't even thinking, just all-inning my team because they're getting frustrated. Meanwhile, I'm at their base turret with a big super minion, plus I'm a late game Jax who can just rip apart turrets with my auto attack speed. And sure enough, that is how this game ends. The enemy just couldn't handle the split push. And that is going to wrap up this video. If you guys enjoyed and want to support the channel, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really does help me out a lot. My name is KingStix. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.